What's going on, guys? It's CJ or Livid. I'm back with another video. We're going to be streaming tonight probably, but I figured today, since it's been a while since we've done a Tiermaker list, I made one myself instead of just finding one online, and we're going to be ranking the 5e supplements or module stories, whatever. I haven't played all of them, so a lot of this is just going to be based off of reviews I've seen and read, and like my synopsis of like what I've heard about them. I intend to try to play all of them eventually, so there may be a part 2 to this in like a year or two when I have played through more of them, and you know, we have to update it obviously. So here we will go. Let's switch over to this. I've got all of them laid out here, all of the pre-written modules up to this point, I believe. I made this a little bit ago before Rime of the Frost Maiden had actually came out. And I had originally made a list of where I thought it would be and everything. I haven't played it yet. It's one that I would love to play because I love Icewind Dale. I love all the R.A. Salvatore books. I love That's Where From, like Drizzt, and all of them are kind of call home. Wolfgar and Brunner and etc. So I'm excited to play that one at some point. But again, most of this is just going to be speculation from what I've heard. I did start playing Dragon Heist with my friends, and we haven't made it super far, but from what I've played so far and what I've read of it, it is a very, very fun and unique kind of story compared to a lot of the others. And I want to put it in S, but I also kind of just want to put it in A. We'll put it in A for now, just kind of as a baseline, because in case something is better than it going through, we can always put it above versus there. That's a kind of a good baseline. Storm King's Thunder I haven't played. I've heard good and bad things about it though. I've heard that it's great because it's open world, and I've also heard that it's hard to run as a DM because it's so open world. So I think honestly that sounds like pretty middle of the road, so we'll just make it B. It's just kind of is what it is. Some people love it, some people hate it. Out of the Abyss is another one that I'd be excited to play. Like I said, I love the R.A. Salvatore books, so Drow and Underdark and all that seems like it'd be really fun to play. But I haven't heard great things about it. I haven't heard bad things about it. Most people seem to enjoy it though. So I think that it'd be a B, maybe A. B? We'll go B for right now. Descent into Avernus, I believe is how you say that. I'm not sure. I don't know a ton on this one. And I haven't heard... It sounds... Same thing I've said with the others. I haven't heard anything strong one way or the other. A lot of people seem to love it, the fact that it has Archon and a lot of the vehicles and things like that. So honestly, I think this is a B just because I don't know enough about it to move it up to A yet. Curse of Strahd, I've not heard a bad thing about this from anyone ever. It's unique, it's fun, and it's obviously S tier. I could be wrong. I haven't played through it, but from watching people play it, from hearing people play it, it's S tier. I think that's usually pretty unanimous. The starter set, Lost Mines of Phandelver. I've played through this a couple times now. My friends seem to enjoy it. We got pretty far. The bard ended up convincing the dragon to join their team, so that made it fun. But it's a pretty easy introductory story. It does what it sets out to do, of making it easy for new players to get into the game and enjoy playing. It's very easy to run as a DM. It's the first campaign that I ran as a DM that I actually felt competent doing anything. So honestly, I think it's an A. Easy. Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frost Maiden. When I first made this list, I really wanted to put it S or A from what I had heard about it, how excited I was. After hearing that there's apparently a lot of people that don't like it, that it's too kind of all over the place, I'm not so sure where it should be. So I'm going to put it, and I know nothing about this just because I haven't had my own exposure to it yet. But I've heard good things. It's more inclusive than others, with the vast majority of writers that are in it. But a lot of people are saying, well, that's actually not a great thing because the story's kind of all over the place. It's one that I really look forward to playing. So I would say it's either B or I know nothing about this, but it kind of could be interchangeable. It could go in both of these just because B is like, I don't know anything about it, but everybody says it's really good, or I've heard both good and bad, so it's kind of middle of the ground. And I know nothing about this one, not enough to do it. Horde of the Dragon Queen. Started playing with my friends a couple times. It's C. The opening's so difficult to run. As I tried to DM this as my first campaign that I tried to DM as a pre-written, and it is not DM friendly if you're brand new starting out. It seems like it'd be a good story, it'd be fun, but from what I've played from it so far, I don't love it, and I'm going to put it in C. Maybe after we play through it completely and get into Rise of Tiamat, which we'll just go ahead and put in C too, because I haven't. It's kind of the continuation of the story. These kind of linked together. They may move up to B, but as of right now, I would keep them in C. Princes of the Apocalypse, I know nothing about. I think it was like the first one that came out for 5e, and I was a little late to the party on switching to 5e and getting into playing. So I really don't know much about it, enough to really make any kind of decision on it. Essentials kit, I do own this. I got it back here. I've skimmed through it. It's pretty similar to Phandelver. It takes place near the same area. And it's kind of like a wandering encounter type thing. But because, kind of with the starter set, it kind of sets out to do its own thing versus some of these others where it's like, it's trying to allow you to play with less people. So like a one-on-one DM versus player, or a party of 2 or whatever, where you got these new mechanics of like these followers and all that. I think that for that, it gets an A. I don't know a ton about the story, but the fact that it tries to make it more easy to pick up as a new player or new DM, I appreciate that, and I would put it at an A. Ghosts of Saltmarsh, I don't know a lot about this one. I know it's kind of like, it gives you like, not necessarily like a full story, but like bits and pieces that you can take and put into your other stories or into your own story. And that I like, and the fact that it's like water based and all that, it kind of hits a soft spot for me. I really like that kind of content, so I would put it B. I haven't heard bad things about it. I've heard a good bit of good things about it. Maybe I'm just not looking into the right channels. I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments below where you guys would rank these, or just share your like S, A, B, C, D, whatever. Well, I guess there's no D, but you know what I mean. Insert random no D joke here. We're going to redo this part for Tales of the Yawning Portal because I just realized that Dungeon of the Mad Mage is part 2 of Dragon Heist, not Yawning Portal. So actually, Yawning Portal is the one that I think is just like smaller adventures, which makes sense with the name, Tales from the Yawning Portal. So honestly, I think this one's B because there's so many different ones that I've heard good and bad about with all of them. I think it's middle ground. And like what I was saying before that got cut that you guys won't hear, Dungeon of the Mad Mage, I think that it being that it's a dungeon crawl, but it's the continuation of Dragon Heist, I don't think that's a great like switch. Like you go from this investigative character thing and then you're supposed to keep these same characters going into now like a harder dungeon crawl. I feel like everybody loves Dragon Heist for the fact that it's different and it's all this stuff, yet then you just take the higher level end of it and just turn it into a dungeon crawl instead of keeping it as the same content that everybody was loving. So honestly, I think for that, instead of linking it here with Dragon Heist like I did with the Dragon Horde of the Dragon Queen and Tiamat, I think honestly it needs to fall down one just because everybody loves Dragon Heist for what it is, and then they take the high level content of it and just flip it on its head, which I love dungeon crawls, honestly, probably more than I like the investigative stuff, but the fact that they chose to continue the story and like totally flop it, I don't see that as like a great idea, because my players that are playing in Dragon Heist, they kind of made characters for that versus like there's no barbarian, there's no real tank, it's all investigative characters, and if they were to continue those exact same characters from Dragon Heist into Dungeon of the Mad Mage, they're probably not making it very far. They don't have really any healing, they don't really have a tank, you know, it's kind of that kind of stuff. And that leaves us with Tomb of Annihilation, the very last one. And from what I know of Tomb of Annihilation, I've skimmed through it. It's one of the hardest games to come out for 5e. It's a remake of a beloved module anyway. It's S tier. It's up there with Curse of Strahd. When most people talk about like the best 5e content, it's Curse of Strahd, it's Tomb of Annihilation, and Dragon Heist I think is kind of like the third one that everybody loves right now. So that's easy S tier. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. This is just my opinion. I need to play more of these. These ones here very easily could go up or down because I haven't done a whole lot with them. And then these two I just need to really look into. Like I said, Icewind Dale could probably be B tier. What I want it to be is S tier because I'm really hyped for that one. I haven't looked into it yet, though, is the problem. But there's where we stand. That's where I stand. Let me know in the comments below what you would rank them, how stupid I am, and we'll go from there. If you guys want to see more content like this, leave a like, hit the bell, and subscribe. I upload content, but it's a little irregular sometimes because my consistency is not great. So you want to ring that bell so that you know when something new comes out. We're closing in on 100 subscribers, and that's awesome. We've got quite a good following over on Twitter now going, and hopefully we can continue to grow the YouTube just the same. We might do a giveaway or something at 100 subscribers. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Today's video is brought to you by our friends over at Found Familiar Coffee. They're makers of some amazing Dungeons & Dragons themed specialty grade coffee that features some amazing Dungeons & Dragons style art right on the packaging. They aim to provide more than just caffeine during your early mornings and late night sessions. They're amazing at helping to support the community that we are all a part of, from content creators like us to the amazing artists they feature on over 2/3 of their products. Please hit the link in the description to check them out and support us all at the same time. You can use code CRITHAPPENS, all one word, to get 10% off your purchase.